Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're looking good up in here, up in here. Let's see what the gallery looks like, boy. Oh my goodness. Everybody's in the house. Mama Ann Fort's in the house. June Yee is in the house. Alina Pace. Uh, Mama Ann Fortune, you're doing it. You look great. There's Linda Thompson, Angie Royal, Maurice is in the house. Oh yeah. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna tear the roof off the sucker.
Ooh, wee.
See, that's old school, y'all. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's really old school. Oh yeah. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. So we'll give it one more minute as people are coming through the door, and then I'll do a formal introduction of the Queen of all things NovaTech. And just heard of an incredible statistic from her. She ought to repeat that statistic. I don't know if I have permission to repeat it, but it's incredible what's happening on Team Diamond. And maybe she'll talk a little bit about that. That'll give you some inspiration to make sure that you share this with a friend. And I'm going to talk about sharing tonight in my few minutes after the great Stan Richards tears the roof off the sucker, does his thing. Nobody does it. I mean, this is, here's a brother that speaks in perfect street vernacular, right? With the eloquence of a Harvard graduate, but he went to, he went to the same high school I went to, the Street Academy. So, and so we got our educations in the streets. I know I'm a doctor, but that's from lots of honorary doctorate degrees. Yeah, I learned what I learned on the streets of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. All right, so I think we're ready. Miss Corey J. Sampson is all gussied up there, looking beautiful. Look at you. You even put on lipstick. This is a special night, isn't it? You got your lipstick on. That is, oh man. All right, so good evening, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to be seen. Good to have you back. Things are going unbelievably awesome. Thank you, Jesus. Knock on wood with NovaTech. And we're so glad you've joined us. We hope that you brought someone else to this party. We hope that you shared this 1 hour of information on how to build intergenerational wealth. Remember Proverbs 13:22, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So with that said, let me introduce to you the sister that got me started, the sister that got Stan started, the sister that got a whole lot of people started in the crypto space. A few of us she pulled in and dragged in, screaming and crying. But because we loved her, we listened to her. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Corey Sampson. I don't know what I would do without you. Nora Jean Fraser, my wife of 50 years, says that you are my crypto wife, and she's my regular wife. And I, of course, go home to her for 50 years, but I listen to you. And that's how she distinguishes it. And she's right. She's right. Well, Nora Jean gives me good advice and counsel. No question about that. I would not be where I am today without that kind of partner at my right for 50 years. And I know when to listen, and I know when not to listen. And I know if there's another female in my life, there's a reason I'm listening to her. And I've been a pretty good judge of that. And maybe it's one of the reasons for whatever success I have attained. So I love you for caring. I love you for your empathy. I love you for really always giving it your all. I've heard you give this talk 150 times. It always seems fresh and new. You're always energized and excited about it, which means to me you love what you're saying, you love what you're doing. And that love is infectious. And you communicate this 5 or 10 times a week every time you do a NovaTech presentation. So just keep on being you, keep on doing you, because everybody else is taken. And you've inspired so many of us. You have enriched so many of us. You have generated millions of dollars. I mean, literally, for so many of us. And we're blessed and we're favored by your words and by your spirit and by your energy. So without further ado, I'm not taking any more of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, the Paramount Queen, Corey J. Sampson.
Wow. 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 That's pretty incredible, Dr. Fraser. Oh my goodness.
It's the truth.
Oh Lord. Oh, that was good.
No, from the heart.
Yes.
You can only
yes,
speak
yeah.
the truth, right, Stan, when it's coming from the heart.
That's right.
Yes, yes, yes. It's so important. It's so important. And I tell you what, I am so grateful and so honored to be here with all of you today. And we should all be honored to be here with none other than Dr. George C. Fraser. For those of you that don't know who you just heard from, that was Dr. George C. Fraser. And if you are not familiar with him, you owe it to yourself to become familiar with him. And the way you can do that is simply to go on to YouTube and look him up. He is a very, very powerful brother. I mean, when I say powerful, y'all, I really mean powerful. He is truly, I believe, people will say he's one of the greatest minds of our times. I believe that he is the greatest mind of our time. And y'all will, if you look him up on YouTube, or you can Google him, but look him up on Google, on YouTube. And when you do so, watch the videos. They are extremely informative. I am 63 years old on this Saturday, and I have learned so much from Dr. Fraser since I have known him, and it's only been about 3 years. And so we are very fortunate to have him here. We really are. And this is something very much like NovaTech. Dr. Fraser is someone we should not take for granted. Y'all, let me share something with you. He is the recipient twice. First, from then President Barack Obama, the Presidential Lifetime Award. Did y'all hear that? The Presidential Lifetime Award. From our very first Black president of the United States of America. And then right behind him, he received the award again just a couple of weeks ago from now President Joe Biden. And he's here with us. How about that? Are we honored or what? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So please do yourselves a big favor and go to YouTube and look him up and learn, glean from him as I have. Not only me, but my oldest daughter, Sherelle D. Lowry. We listen to him regularly. Not only my oldest daughter, Sherelle D. Lowry, but my grandbaby, Corinne Santana Lowry. As a matter of fact, she calls him Grandpa. When she sees him on the webinar. So he brings a lot to us, y'all. So we do not want to take that for granted. And I have the utmost respect for you, Dr. Fraser. Thank you so much for everything you do. And thank you for all of the learning that I personally have been able to receive from you. You're just an incredible, incredible man. And I love you with all my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, family, we are going to share some really exciting news with you tonight. Yes, Dr. Fraser, you're absolutely right. I am excited every time I am able to share this information with another human being, whomever it is, simply because I know that it can be life-changing. How do I know that? Because that is what has happened to myself and my family just over the last 14 months with NovaTech. And I know that it can be life-changing for you and your family. And I know we have an incredible, incredible obligation to share this information with everybody we know, okay? It's up to you to decide what you want to do with it, but it's up to us. It is our God-given duty to share this good news with everyone that we come in contact with. So that's what we're doing here tonight. And I tell you what, I'm so fired up, I don't know what to do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to get into the possibilities, right? And when I say possibilities, I want to make it very, very clear that nothing is guaranteed and nothing is promised. This is an investment, okay? And I am going to share it with you in the form of a forecasting calculator. This is a third-party forecasting tool, and it's located at thecalculatorsite.com, calculatorsite.com. You and everyone else in the world has total access to it. It's right on the internet, okay? And there are quite a few industries, as a matter of fact, that access this calculator and calculators like it, okay? And so we are going to demonstrate this from the Forex compounding perspective, okay? Now, I am going to share a balance, an initial balance, this is your investment, right, of $2,500. Now, what I want you to understand is that you do not have to invest $2,500. You can invest as little as $99 in NovaTech. Now, we here on Team Diamond don't suggest that you do that. We don't suggest anything less than $1,000. But if $99 is the best you can do, then praise the Lord for NovaTech making it available at that level, okay? So you can come in as little as $99. Now you can invest as much as you like, right? You can invest $100 million, right? You can invest $1 billion. We do not have any limits in terms of how much one can invest, okay? We have people here on Team Diamond that regularly invest $100,000, $200,000. I think our largest investor one time out of pocket was $500,000. So I'm sharing all that with you to let you know that you can invest whatever is good and comfortable for you and your family, whatever you can afford to risk. Notice I did not say lose, because there's certainly power in words, okay? So no one has ever lost a dime here in NovaTech, and we don't expect that to ever change. But we want you to be very clear that this is an investment, and once again, nothing is guaranteed, all right? We want to be very, very transparent about this. Now, I'm also going to share with you a return on investment of 3% per week. Now, this number is not static. It's very, very dynamic. Some weeks we receive 2%, anywhere from 2 to 4% per week. Now, there have been some weeks that we've received less than 2%, and some weeks that we have received more than 4%. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to use a very conservative average of 3% return on investment per week. All right. Now, again, that's not guaranteed, but historically, that is what we have done since the inception of this amazing company, which was June of 2019. Okay, so we're going to use 3% again for the purpose of this demonstration. Now, every Friday is when we receive our return on investment. However, it is not guaranteed that we will receive a return on investment this Friday or any Friday in the future. So we want you to be very clear about that. Okay, but we also want you to know that NovaTech has never missed a Friday for 40 months now. We are going into our 4th year of operation here at NovaTech. And every single Friday, every investor has received a return on investment. Every single Friday. We have not missed a Friday. This is huge. I'm also going to forecast out 11 years. And so you may say, well, why 11 years? You know, that's a long time. Okay, let me share with you. You do not have to invest in NovaTech for 11 years. You can have total and complete access to your principal as well as your return on your investment and your earnings. Okay? At any time, it's your money. You can take your money whenever you choose. However, for those of you that understand the power of reinvesting your profit and having your profit work for you, in other words, as opposed to you working for your money, now your money is working for you, a concept that most of us are unfamiliar with. But here at NovaTech, you want to get very familiar with it, okay? So when we look at 11 years, if you think about investing from the perspective of maybe a IRA, a 401k, a thrift account. We won't even talk about stocks, okay? But if you look at it from that perspective, you realize that oftentimes you're investing 40 years. Why? Because you're working on a job for 40 years. When I was coming up, that was the norm. Folk don't do that anymore. But most people do work at least for 10, 11 years. Okay? So we're going to forecast out 11 years. Remember, you do not have to continue to invest your monies in NovaTech for 11 years. This is actually my personal goal. All right? And I'll share more of that with you shortly. Now, here we do receive our return on investment every week. Okay, so as it shows here, compounding. All right, compounding is a banking term. We are not a bank here. So the terminology we use, which is very important, is reinvesting our profit. Has the exact same effect as compounding, okay? But terminology is very, very important, all right? So now I have already calculated these numbers. Now, you may also ask, why have I started with $2,500? Well, one reason why is because that's where I started. Not only did I start there, but so did Dr. Fraser. So did Stan Richards. So did many of the other leaders here on Team Diamond. Okay, so we want to give you the perspective from our own personal experience. So we're not telling you about something that we heard or something that someone else told us about. We're telling you about something that we have experienced and, praise the Lord, are continuing to experience. And we've been doing so now since July of 2021. So before I get into the explanation and the breakdown of these calculations, I need to read to you a very, very important disclaimer. This is very important. So I'm going to read it verbatim. The compound calculator is not part of NovaTech, nor is it endorsed by the company. Past performance is not indicative of future results and should not be construed in any way as a guaranteed return on investment. The earnings shown here are examples of potential profits and should be used for forecasting and educational purposes only. Okay, now that's very, very important that y'all understand that this calculator is not part of our company and it is not endorsed by the company. It's simply a forecasting tool that we here on Team Diamond choose to use to illustrate to you the possibilities. And most of us are visual, we can understand things better when we see them. Okay, so we're sharing the compounding calculator with you. All right. Now, with a one-time $2,500 investment out of pocket, your very first 12 months, 1 year, you have the potential of earning $9,127.21, almost quadrupling your investment in just 12 months. Think about what your other investment vehicles are doing for you or that have done for you. I was speaking with a gentleman earlier today, and he's taking care of his 90 or 91-year-old dad. And he was sharing with me that his dad has had $40,000 in the bank consistently for many years. He said to me, his dad is earning 41 cents a month on $40,000 that has been in this bank, this financial institution that we trust to hold our money, to have it available when we're ready for it, and to make us some money. Well, they make money, but we just don't get it, okay? But here in NovaTech, you have the ability to invest one time out of pocket $2,500. And in just 12 months, family, you have the potential of earning $9,127.21. And look, if you continue to reinvest the profits that our amazing traders are earning on our behalf, another 12 months, now totaling 24 months, now you're looking at $51,576.85 from a one-time out-of-pocket investment. Lord have mercy. I hope y'all understand what I'm sharing with you and the magnitude of what we have our hands on. Family, listen, we're not trying to get you into this deal. This is not another one of those deals, I promise you. This is truly a blessing. In just another 12 months, now totaling 36 months of investing $2,500 one time out of pocket, going into your NovaTech back office every single Friday and reinvesting the profit that our phenomenal traders are earning on our behalf. They have an 85 to 90% success rate, family. You have the potential in earning $249,005.25 from a one-time $2,500 out-of-pocket investment. And all you do is go into your NovaTech back office, take about 45 seconds every Friday for 36 months and tick a few boxes, reinvest your profit. You have the potential of earning $250,000 in just 36 months. Now, a lot of us have experienced financial advisors, and they typically will tell us to always have a 5-year plan, right? Whether it be our finances, whether it be our careers, whether it be, our plans for our life outside of our finances, we should always have a 5-year plan, right? And so if we look at what $2,500 invested one time in NovaTech has the potential of earning us, you're looking at $5,437,744.67. That's just 60 months. Think about what you were doing 60 months ago. Whatever it was, did it passively, taking less than 5 minutes a month, earn you over $5 million? Well, I can tell you that prior to NovaTech, the answer for me would have been no. And my background is real estate and insurance, and I've been able to be very successful in both. However, I have not had the ability to earn this type of money passively. So when I share with you that this is truly a blessing, it is. It is. And this is not something that we have to share with people. The person that shared this information with you, they think a lot of you. They too want you to be the benefactor of this blessing, just like they are with themselves and their families. We have got so many families generationally in NovaTech. So you've got the mom and dad, the children, the grandchildren, and in some cases, y'all, the great-grandchildren already. So when we look at $5 million, as I shared with y'all a little bit earlier, I'll be 63 years old in just a couple days. And so $5 million will probably do me pretty cool, until the Lord decides to take me home. However, I have 4 beautiful daughters and 2 beautiful granddaughters. My youngest grandbaby is Corinne Santana Lowry. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't say her name without smiling and just my heart palpitating. She's 4 years old. And then my oldest grandbaby, 14-year-old Denise Martinez. Well, $5 million is not going to be enough for them. So my goal is to create what Dr. Fraser just spoke about, and that is creating generational wealth. And you can too. So if we're looking at 10 years, you're looking at potentially with a one-time $2,500 investment, you're looking at 11 billion with a B, $838,502,321.49. Again, potentially None of this is guaranteed, family. I want y'all to know that. We're not making any promises. We cannot make promises. We don't know the future. Only Jesus Christ knows the future. Historically, we have been able to do everything that I've shared with you thus far for the last almost going on 4 years, about 40 months now. Every single week. Now, when we think about compounding and knowing the power of compounding, look at what happens in just another 12 months. So it doesn't double. Look at what it does. One more year. Now you're looking at 55 billion, family, with a B, $59,532,595.08 potentially. Look, don't get all tripped up thinking this is not real. These are just numbers. It's math. I would say it's simple math, but it's compounding. And that's anything but simple. But I can tell you that it is real. People say to me all the time, Corey, this really seems too good to be true. And I tell them all the time, you're absolutely right. It's both. It's good and it's true. How can I tell you that? Because I'm living it. Not just me though, okay? Want y'all to know, we've got over 36,399 team members on Team Diamond alone, just since July of 2021. And if I came off mute, if I had them come off mute, I bet half the people on this call are investors in NovaTech. And they would tell you the same thing. Because why? They're experiencing it. Not just Dr. Fraser, who this call is for, not just Stan Richards, who is an amazing presenter you're going to hear from in just a minute. I've gone way over my time, but you'll hear from him in just a minute. Not just us, but there's almost 37,000 people on our team in 14 months that will share our sentiments. We are now investing on Team Diamond alone $174 million plus every week on Team Diamond alone. So is this real? Yes, it is. It's very real, very real. So I'm going to share one other perspective with y'all, and I'm going to let you go. I'm going to turn it over to none other than Mr. Stan Richards, okay? We call him Stan the man with the master's plan, and he's going to break down for you exactly what it is that we're talking about. And then family, the best part of tonight, even though what I'm sharing with you is absolutely phenomenal, we're going to have Dr. George C. Fraser come up and share his pearls of wisdom. And that's worth more than what I'm sharing with you, I promise you. So you definitely want to stay on to hear that information. He is a living legend, you all. And it's an honor for us to hear from him live, up close and personal. Now, some of you are not interested in generational wealth. And so for those of you that are not, that's okay. Some of you just need a couple extra dollars a month. Okay, that's groovy. We've got that too, okay? So if you invest $2,500 in NovaTech, your very first 4 weeks, 1 month, you have the potential of earning $341.63 a month, every single month. Do y'all realize that'll change a lot in a household? It really will. But some of you are saying, Yeah, Corey, that won't do it for me. Okay, that's okay. Continue to reinvest the profits that the amazing traders earn on our behalf another 11 months, now totaling 12 months. Now you have the potential of earning $1,397.87 every single month, month after month after month after month. Another 12 months, now totaling 24 months, you're looking at potentially $6,501.34 a month. Most people in America do not earn that much money on the jobs that they devote 40 hours a week of their precious lives away from their families. They don't earn that much a month. 24 months of investing $2,500 one time and reinvesting the profit that the traders are earning on your behalf, taking all of 45 seconds every single Friday, ticking a few boxes and reinvesting your profit, you potentially can earn $6,501.34 every single month. Continue to do so for another 12 months. Now you're looking at a total of 36 months. That's $30,237.01. Again, potentially. That's life-changing. A month, $30,237.01, potentially every single month, month after month after month after month. I'm going to go one further, y'all, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Stan Richards. With 4 years, just 4 years of this same process, now you're looking at $140,600. We have many people on Team Diamond right now earning more than this a month. And we've only been here 14 months. So it's real, family. Please, please, please do not take it for granted. The person that shared this with you cared a lot about you. They didn't have to share it with you. What I've just shared with you is passive. It's from your investment alone. Has nothing to do with you sharing it with anyone. So the person that shared this with you did not invite you to it because they need you to make more money. They do not. But they shared it with you because they love you. They care about you and your family. Listen, for many generations to come. Listen, I'm way over time, family, but I tell you what, I am so passionate about what we have our hands on and so grateful for it that I can talk to y'all all night about this. And I showed you a very, very small portion of this calculator. But I want you to get a clear picture, and I pray to God that you have. So family, thank you so much. We're so glad that y'all have come out to hear this information. And what I'm going to do now is share no one other than Mr. Stan Richards. And I tell you what, y'all, you are really in for a treat. If you all did not already have, something to write with, something to document the information that we have been sharing with you, you definitely want to do that now, because this brother right here is going to break this information down in such a way that you will understand it so clearly. And he's so powerful in his delivery. Stan is wonderfully married. He and his beautiful wife, Cherise, have two young sons, and I call them young kings, right? Because that they are, and they are just truly blessing the community in which they are a part of. The oldest son, Stan Richards Sr., is a senior right here at Morehouse College, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, College Park, Georgia. Oh man, I'm telling you what, he's following in his family's footsteps, his mom and dad, and he's also bringing up his little brother. And I tell you, we are so fortunate for this community to be rising the way it is with our youngsters, and they're being taught very well. Stan is also the book author of From the Bus to the Bentley. Many of you have already heard it. You've already read it. I tell you what, it makes for good reading. You definitely want to acquire your own copy of that book. He's also the author of several other books. Now, Stan has made millions of dollars in this industry, you all, and he has been able to help many others do the same. And I tell you what, he is a leader amongst leaders, and we are so honored to have him here on Team Diamond to share this information with you all. This evening, I'd like to bring to you none other than Mr. Stan Richards.
Hey, Corey, can you hear me?
Oh yes, loud and clear.
Awesome, boy. You give me chills every time we present together and you bring me on. It's amazing. I'm truly humbled and grateful. I want to acknowledge you for just sharing this with me. Thank you for your obedience and just sharing this with me on July 26, 2021. And I'll tell you guys, I got started because of the source. You know, Corey J brought this to me. I trust her. You know, she's a prudent leader and a businesswoman. We've made money together prior to this platform. So I was all in. And then when I seen the numbers in that calculator, it was just, you know, it was go time, you know. And I'm truly grateful for you, Corey and Sherelle, and all that you do for the team. I know I can speak on behalf of not only just myself, but the 118 people that I personally sponsored and the over 5,000 in my network. On behalf of all of us, thank you for all that you do and have done for this team on Team Diamond, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna jump into the information and then I'm gonna turn this back over to Dr. Fraser. Do not leave, don't go anywhere. I promise you it's gonna be worth the while tonight. I'm going to jump right into the information. I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Fraser to close us out. Now, guys, to share with you what NovaTech is, I always like to break this down where a 12-year-old can understand. NovaTech is simply a professional trading platform, okay? They have well-vetted professional traders that trade the cryptocurrency market on our behalf 7 days a week. 24 hours a day. In addition, that's just one bucket there. In addition, they also trade the Forex market abroad. And this is how they generate revenues. They also own Bitcoin ATM machines. Okay, they generate revenues there. They generate revenues from Bitcoin mining. Whenever you're processing or buying or selling cryptocurrency, there's fees involved and they generate funds there in addition to crypto and debit card transactions. So this is at least 4 streams of income that comes in NovaTech where we're able to participate and make earnings from as well, from our investment. Now, people always ask me what make NovaTech different from a lot of these fly-by-night companies that's out here. And I tell people all the time, it's the owners. The owners are out front of the company. They have over 40 years of experience in this space. Here are their credentials on my screen. I was blessed to actually meet the owners. Now, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. If you show up again on Thursday, you may even meet the owner on Thursday. She'll be on our call this coming Thursday. So guys, what I love about these owners is number one, a CEO, Cynthia Petian. She's a straight shooter. Number one, she cares about the little guy. And when I got to meet her, and you know, I say this from a position of humility, I get calls from CEOs all the time for me to join their company and bring my network to their company. When I got to meet her a year ago, she never ever attempted to recruit me to join NovaTech. And then on top of that, guys, she told me, she said, look, you know what? Do whatever you're already doing. Continue to do that. Brand yourself. Don't brand NovaTech. Okay? I've never heard that from any CEO before. Okay? She's the real deal. They're straight shooters. Eddie Petian, he's the brains behind the trading platform and how we generate revenues in the crypto market as well as the Forex trading. He has years of experience in that space. Combined, they got over 40 years of experience in this space. Now, the company NovaTech started in June of 2019. Again, as a legally registered cryptocurrency and Forex platform. Okay. Now, in addition, abroad, the company also trades the Forex market. They are MetaTrader 5 brokers. This is huge. They have MetaTrader 5 brokers operating its own trading platform with one of the deepest liquidity pools in the industry. Simply put, they are the broker. They are not operating on someone else's platform. I love that. Okay, we're not utilizing a third party in order for us to get paid every single week. This is very, very important, guys. Now, I want to talk to you briefly about how the program all works and come together. What I love about this is very simple. When you get started with NovaTech, all you're going to do is open up what we call a PAM account. In my humble opinion, it's nothing more or less than a bank account. If you were to open up a Bank of America account online or a Navy Federal account online, okay? You're going to do the same thing with NovaTech. We call it a PAM account. Now, PAM stands for Percentage Allocation Management Margin. Simply put, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pool of funds inside a cryptocurrency or Forex trading account. That's it. Now, it's just like, in my opinion, it's just like a mutual fund. Inside of this account, you have professional traders that's been handpicked by the owners. They have an 85 to 90% success rate that goes into this account, that trade this account on our behalf 7 days a week in the cryptocurrency space. Okay? Now, one of the things that I love about this company is they have very modest goals. And one of the questions I had for Cynthia Petian when I got to meet her, I asked her, what is the likelihood of these traders actually, maybe losing all of our money? She said that, that's slim to none because number one, they will never ever trade the entire PAM account. They only trade 20 to 30% based on market conditions. So what that tells me as a prudent businessman, if the market is very volatile like it's been, they probably trade little to none on those days. And on top of that, they have very modest goals. She says to me, we're not trying to hit a home run and make $1 million overnight, make you a millionaire overnight. It's a slow, steady growth. I like that. And all of us on the line who are investors here, we sleep good at night because we know our investment are in good hands here at NovaTech. Now, track your progress. What I love about this is that the transparency of the company. Okay. Now, if you look at how this company has been progressing over the last few years, okay, if you consider 2021, which, by the way, we all know was one of the worst years in history because of COVID, number one. Number two, the recession, people losing their jobs, losing their homes, okay? Worst financial crisis in over 40 years. Well, look how NovaTech have performed. And guys, let me just say this for the record. We believe that the truth is good enough. Numbers don't lie. People do all day long, okay? Look how this company has performed in 2021. If you consider from January through December, our return on investment monthly was 14.825%. Compare that to your bank, where the national average is 0.6% a year. And to add insult to injury, the rate of inflation today is 8.5%. So you're actually losing monies trying to save money, putting it in a bank, okay? When this company is getting 14.825% all of last year. Well, you might say to me, well, Stan, how did the company perform in 2022? I'm glad you asked the question. If you consider from January 2022 up until this past Friday, we're up 114% for the year. Let me go a little deeper from around the way people, the folks that got the PhDs like me, the public high school diploma. That simply means if you had started with $1,000 in January, today you'll have well over $2,100 in your account. Consider if you had $1,000 in Bank of America or Navy Federal or Capital One, what would that look like tonight? Enough said there. Okay, why is NovaTech different? Here's 4 reasons why. Number one, there's no expiration dates. That simply means if you decide to participate and make an investment, they'll trade it as long as you want. No questions asked, okay? You don't have to add another dime, and you can cancel at any time. No penalties. Number two, get this, guys, huge. You have 100% access to your money when you need it. You don't have to wait 11 years or 5 years. You don't have to wait 2 weeks. You can withdraw your money at any time, or you can reinvest, as Corey said, those monies. I like to say compound, because I've never been privy, like most of us, we've never been privy to compound earnings. So guess what? I like to say that word, okay? Now, there's no withdrawal limits. You can take every dime out, no questions asked, right? Now, there's no earning caps. That simply means, you know, like a CD, you have a 6-month, 1 year, 3 year. No, they will trade that account well past 7 figures. There's no caps there. There's no fees. And guys, this is what makes this a no-brainer, in my opinion. The company has been showing profits every single week for the last 3 years leading up to last Friday. Now, as Corey said, there's no guarantee that we're going to show a profit this Friday. But as Dr. Fraser said, our PhD round the way street sense tells me there's going to be some monies made this Friday. And we're excited about that. And you need absolutely no trading skills. I don't know how to trade anything. I used to know how to trade hours for dollars. I don't know how to do that anymore. Okay? Now, look at number 4. Guys, this is what makes this simple. Let the experts do what they do. Okay? You make the investment. They have a proven track record. Let them do what they do. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Okay? And it's a global opportunity. The company is NovaTech International, meaning that there's a global opportunity. So if you have family and friends and associates around the world, they can participate too. We're living in, by the way, I heard Dr. Fraser say this 16 years ago, we're moving into a global society. Okay? So get excited about that. And you don't have to recruit anyone, okay, to make money here. You can be strictly passive. And I tell people in my humble opinion, as much as I love the direct sales industry, this is not network marketing for 3 reasons, in my opinion. There's no fee to join NovaTech. Number 2, there's no monthly subscription to be qualified to be commissionable. And number 3, you don't have to recruit people. You can set it and forget it, right? Keeping it moving. Now, once you create your account, that account has to be funded, and it has to be funded within 24 hours. Now, we will show you how to onboard. We understand a lot of new people. This space is new to you. You don't know how to purchase cryptocurrency. So it's crypto in and it's crypto out. We will take you by the hand and show you how to onboard. Now, you have to onboard with cryptocurrency. And these are the cryptocurrencies that we use. We use Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and USDT ERC20. Okay. Now, once you get your crypto in hand, then we're going to show you how to fund that account. And all you're going to do is pick a package. And we tell people all the time, get in where you feel comfortable investing. Again, one of the things that I love about the CEO of this company, she has created an opportunity where everybody can participate. From the builder package here at $99, all the way up to the platinum package here at $10,000. Okay, get in where you feel comfortable investing. Again, I started at the silver package, the sweet spot, because my sponsor Corey J started there, and Dr. Fraser started there because I started there. Okay, now once your account is funded in 24 hours, guess what? You're in the game. You're in the PAM account. Okay. Now, NovaTech will trade that account for you for 30 days. And after 30 days, they will assess a $25 fee to the account. Okay. What I like about this $25 fee, it comes out of your earnings and not out of your pocket. Now, there's no service available in the following states: Texas, South Carolina, Montana, Hawaii, and Alaska, due to state regulations. Right? Keeping it moving. We have a VIP package for higher investors. And here are the benefits that comes with this VIP package. NovaTech says we will trade your account starting at $25 for 30 days straight. On top of your earnings, we're going to give you a 1% cash back reward. So now you're double dipping. And they're going to waive the $25 fee. Okay. We have a VIP President's Club package. Okay. And believe you me, guys, we got people starting at this package all day, every day. You know why? Simply put, because people who have money are always looking to put their money in a vehicle that's going to work as hard for them as they work for it. Why would you take $100,000 and sit it in a Bank of America or Truist Bank? Okay, I call it Life Bank. That's the new name for it. Okay, why would you sit your money there getting 0.6% a year when we've shown you numbers that's getting 14 to 15% a month? Okay, here's the benefit package at the President's Club. Okay, NovaTech is going to trade that account for you for 30 days. After 30 days, it's going to give you 2.5% on top of your earnings. And they're going to give you a $1,000 cash bonus. And they waive the $25 fee. What also comes with your account is a dedicated support portal. Any issues within 8 to 24 hours, they're at your service. Okay. Now, I'm going to do really briefly before I get Dr. Fraser to close us out. I just want to touch on the business side of this, because there is a business side of this. NovaTech has an amazing affiliate program that will take your earnings through the roof. If you decide that you would like to share this with others, and we all get it. You know, myself, Corey J. Sampson, Dr. Fraser and a lot of other partners on the line, where as much is given, much is required, right? So now, in addition to getting our earnings on our investment on Friday, where we get to either withdraw or compound, NovaTech says, if you decide that you want to take advantage of the affiliate program and be of a blessing to others, we will pay you handsomely every single Saturday. We will give you what we call commission bonuses on Saturday. So now you're compounding on Friday and Saturday. How cool is that? Man, it just gave me a thought. What if Metro would have paid me on Wednesday and Thursday? Good God Almighty, that would have been pretty awesome, right? That just jumped in my spirit. Okay, now NovaTech has 7 different ways, guys, that this affiliate program pays out. And again, this is all optional. We do it because we want to help other people. So thank that person that invited you on the line to share this with you, okay? So there's 7 ways that we get paid. And what I love about this, there's no smoke and mirrors, and there's no gotchas. They don't pay you in points or rewards. You know, there's no breakage, there's no up twos, none of that fluff, okay? This is straight big business, okay? Which we love. You do this, you get paid that. The first way is what we call a direct referral bonus. Let me explain how simple this is. When I seen this, because of Corey J, and because it made sense, you know, the company's registered in the US, okay, the owners live here, okay, I'm in. So when I got started, Corey J. Sampson got a bonus. She got what we call a direct referral bonus. And when I shared this with Dr. Fraser, who is my mentor, okay, I have a great deal of respect for that I look up to. And he has infinite wisdom. He took a look at this and said, Stan, you know what? I'm in. Where did you get started? I said, 2,500. He said, sign me up. So when he came on board, I got a direct referral bonus on that Saturday. And watch this. It gets gooder. Number one, you get to make up your own words. So NovaTech says, Stan, every time Dr. Fraser, he started the silver package, but when his account compounds up to the gold package, we're going to give you another bonus. And when it goes to the platinum package, we're going to give you another bonus. And when it goes to the VIP package, we're going to give you another bonus. And when it goes to the President Club, where it is today, we're going to give you a big, big bonus. How cool is that? For doing something one time. And this bonus pays out every single Saturday, these bonuses I'm talking about. Number 2 is what we call an indirect referral bonus. So what that looks like is every time Dr. Fraser shares this with all of his network and they see an opportunity for themselves and they come on board, he gets a direct bonus and I get an indirect bonus that pays out 7 generations deep every single week. So now you're getting paid for, number 1, something I had nothing to do with. Number 2, these are people that I would never see, meet, or service a day in my life. There are hundreds and thousands of people. Okay. Look at bonus number 3. Those are what we call fast track bonuses. Number 4, that bonus is my favorite bonus. That's a lifetime check matching bonus. So NovaTech says, it's real simple. Stan, everybody that you personally sponsored, and I sponsored 118 people to date as I go about my life. They say every Friday when these people get a bonus, we're going to pay you a check match. Okay, cool. And then it gets gooder. They say, okay, those 118 people, which has turned into over 5,000, we're going to pay you check matches on those people as well. So the beautiful thing about this number 4 check match is, number 1, it goes up every single week as people accounts are going up. And it's a beautiful thing to watch your check just go up and up and up every single week. Okay. Number 5 is a residual bonus. Remember the $25, the company actually pays that back out to you and I, the investors, in the form of a residual payout, 9 levels deep every month. Then there's rank advancement bonuses, as well as profit sharing pool bonuses. Guys, when you say yes to this amazing opportunity. Now, that being said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to bring on the man of the hour, because let me tell you guys, make no bones about this. I love this guy to death. I was blessed to meet Dr. Fraser 16 years ago. And a friend of mine invited me to meet him over the phone. I met him over the phone. And then from there, I went to one of his conferences, the Power Networking Conference, that changed my life forever. And I'm forever grateful. Okay, I went to this conference. Now, I want you to understand, guys, that I've been trained by the best of the best in the world. The Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Bob Proctor. I've been trained by all of those guys. But Dr. Fraser changed my life. That's the difference. When I went to that conference, this man right here changed my life forever. And I'm forever grateful. Today, we're not only friends, we consider each other as family and business partners. And today, moving forward, our goal is to be the light of the world. So I'm truly grateful to be aligned with this guy. I love him to death. Without any further ado, I want to bring on my mentor, my business partner, Dr. George C. Fraser.
Thank you, Stan. I am glad that you did not truncate, shorten the NovaTech presentation, because that's why we're here. It's why I'm here. Every time I listen to you, and I've heard you give this presentation many times, I learn something different. You put a different spin on it, let's put it that way. You say it a different way, and it adds multiple meanings, layers of meanings. And so I am so glad that you actually took the time to take us through this presentation once again. The key to learning, brothers and sisters, is simplicity and repetition. We have to hear and perhaps say the same thing 50 different ways on 50 different days. And at some point in time, after hearing it over and over and over, the light goes on and we take action. I want to talk to you a little bit today about philosophy. I've been sort of preaching this gospel for the last couple of months, that we as people of color, we as melanated people, must study philosophy. Philosophy is fundamentally the study of existence, the study of knowledge, the study of values, the study of reason, the study of your mind, the study of language. In other words, it is the academic exploration of life's big questions, and money and wealth is a huge question. It's a discipline, when we begin studying it, that can be applied to almost any field or subject, and it helps us to develop our critical thinking skills. There are 4 fundamental categories of philosophy: metaphysics, logic, ethics, and the study of nature, the study of our origin, what is right and what is wrong in human behavior. There are many reasons to study philosophy. One of the reasons, believe it or not, is you gain a higher earning potential. Another reason is you become a more informed citizen. A deep reason is you discover your own meaning of success. And most importantly, you don't become a yes person. You become a critical thinker. And that's what we need more in our culture, are critical thinkers. The foundation for critical thinking is intellectual curiosity, to explore things, to look outside of our own world. And we learn from everywhere and all the time. We never stop learning. I'm 77 years old. I'm a ferocious reader and listener and love rich conversations like we have on this call. There are three fundamental philosophies that I've been studying over the course of my life. One of those philosophies, most Black people have been studying themselves. I don't know if they've looked at it as a philosophy, but it's called the philosophy of Jesus Christ, the Bible. We are the most morally grounded and spiritually rooted people on this planet. We think differently than all others. This is my version of what they call the African American Jubilee Bible. And all of the illustrations in this Bible are of melanated people. I wanted to show you one picture in this Bible. I should have had it marked. But it's a fabulous Bible. If you do not have a copy of this Bible, you can pick them up. But for example, here's an illustration of the crucifixion in the African American Jubilee edition. You see who's on that cross, a melanated person. Every reference to African people in this Bible is highlighted, so you know exactly when we are referred to. The philosophy of Jesus Christ. There are some incredible things in the Bible. Hopefully you are familiar with some of those things. Hopefully you've read some of those things. Hopefully you live by some of those things. I live by Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That's one of my guiding lights for Nora Jean and I, with 2 children, 2 sons and 3 granddaughters. There are 2,500 references to economics, money, and wealth in the Bible. For example, Deuteronomy 8:18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant. There's a prayer for wealth. I don't know if you've ever heard the prayer for wealth. It simply goes like this. I ask you for wealth, O God, not for my gain, but that I may use it to bless others. Therefore, I petition you to increase my means of earnings. Help me to bring in more, so that through you, this money may be used to help others in your name. Amen. This is why there's so much emphasis when we talk about this with you on sharing it. Sharing is caring. So the philosophy of Jesus Christ is one that you are extraordinarily familiar with. The second philosophy is what is called, and you need to Google this, is African-centered philosophy, Afrocentricity. Google Afrocentricity. I wrote about Afrocentricity in my book, Success Runs in Our Race, The Complete Guide to Effective Networking in the African American Community, some 32 years ago, page 63. It is and explains the fundamental difference in how we think as melanated people, as Black people, and how Caucasians think. There is a fundamental difference. Now, we have to deal with white folk. We really need to understand how they think. Let me just give you two examples of what I wrote in Success Runs in Our Race. An example of an Eurocentric worldview, how they see the world, and an African-centered worldview, how we see the world. A Eurocentric worldview goes something simply like this. Order is imposed by the stronger force. The stronger force gains the advantage by ordering the universe as it wishes. That's how Caucasians see it. Here's how we see it, an African-centered worldview. The universe is active and alive, and the laws of nature reveal its inherent order as well as the Creator's divine laws. The gap between how they think and their worldview and our worldview is as wide as the Grand Canyon. Eurocentric thinking. This is all on page 63 in Success Runs in Our Race. Survival of the fittest promotes a drive for mastery and control of nature and the accumulation of possessions. What is African-centered thinking? There is a oneness of all things. Life is primary and must reflect a divine nature. Group maintenance, collectiveness, and sharing are essential. That's just two examples of the difference between how we think and how they think. We can go into Eurocentric ethos, Eurocentric cosmology, Eurocentric values. There's a profound difference. Understand who you're dealing with, and in fact, what you're dealing with. Now, one of the guiding lights of my life was a piece of philosophy I heard live in 1962. I was born in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. I was running the streets of Harlem. 125th Street, there was a young brother standing on a soapbox, talking. You might be familiar with him. His name was Stokely Carmichael, who changed his name later to Kwame Ture. He was at the right side and the right arm of Dr. Martin Luther King. But Stokely was different. Stokely was a stone cold revolutionary. And here's what Stokely spoke in 1962. I was 17 years old. I did not understand how that would in fact affect and effect me and become the guiding light of my life until years later. But the seed was planted when he said these words, because the words are powerful. I'm going to give you his direct quote. I'm not going to paraphrase it. Here's what he said. He said that no Black person in this country makes advancements solely based on his or her talent or worth. All individual advancement is based on mass struggle. We make no progress in this world without shedding our blood. Therefore, your advancement and success does not belong to you. It belongs to the people. And if you do not share your success or advancement for the benefit of your people, it is a betrayal of the people who shed their blood for you. Wow. Process that for a minute. Nobel Prize winning and Pulitzer Prize winning author Toni Morrison said it a little bit differently. Toni said, if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. Stan and I and Corey have some power. The power of words, the power of an idea, the power of an investment that we believe in. We are committed to sharing it with you. The great African-centered scholar, Dr. John Henrik Clarke, the mentor to Malcolm X, said the same thing differently. He said it even more simply. He said, take what you do best and do it for your people. Absolutely right. So that is the second philosophy that I've been studying about 30 years. The philosophy of Jesus Christ, most of my life, because most of us spend our lives, certainly as young men and women, in church. The third philosophy is the newest of the philosophies that I've began studying, and that was about 15 years ago, and it's called Stoicism. This is the Daily Stoic. Now, the Stoics is fundamentally a Roman and Greek philosophy, and it elaborated a detailed classification of what they call their 4 cardinal virtues, dividing those virtues into 4 main types: wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, which I find to be extraordinarily useful when I read their words. Wisdom, according to Stoicism, is subdivided into good sense, good calculation, quick-wittedness, discretion, and resourcefulness. That's wisdom. Those are the categories under wisdom. Justice, according to the Stoics, is subdivided into piety, honesty, equity, and fair dealings. The creator of Stoicism is an ancient Roman, Zeno. The most famous of the Stoics is Marcus Aurelius, which, by the way, for me, has one of the most famous quotes of the Stoics. And it was Marcus Aurelius who said 2,000 years ago that the impediment to action advances the action. What stands in your way becomes the way. Said another way, the obstacle is the way. Where there is no obstacle, there is no way. If a mountain was smooth, you couldn't climb it. What is the first thing God does when he gives you an assignment he feels that you are ready for? He puts an obstacle in your way. And your job is to find a way over, around, through, and under that obstacle, to stumble, fall, and to learn the lessons. And when you overcome that obstacle, you get an attaboy or an attagirl from God. And then you get your next assignment at a slightly higher level. Remember, this is philosophical thinking. And then when you get your next assignment at a slightly higher level, based on the lessons that you learned the last time, the next thing God does is puts an obstacle in your way. And again, your job is to overcome, find a way over, around, through, and under the obstacles. I love that. And that's true. When you look at your entire life, that's exactly what it is. Overcoming obstacles. Negotiating the valleys of the mountains that you have to climb. And then climbing those mountains. And then ultimately On that goal, you reach the top of that mountain and you enjoy the view and vistas, and then you must come down that mountain and begin navigating the valleys of new mountains. Let me say that with an African proverb from Kenya. Beyond the mountains, more mountains. That's exactly right. And it will be that until we die. That is the system. That's how God designed it. Stoicism is a philosophy. The Bible is the philosophy of Jesus Christ. African-centered philosophy. Our culture and how we think. I'm going to close with a couple of what is called Stoic readings. I want to recommend it, all of you, subscribe to the Daily Stoic. It's free. At 9 o'clock each morning, you'll get something that you can read. It's less than 3 minutes that will be profound, and you'll love it, and it will be practical. I'm going to read you a couple of examples of the Daily Stoic. I'm going to try to do a dramatic read, but bear with me. This is one I got yesterday. The title of this reading, and it's short, is You Need to Stop. Tell yourself you'll go to bed after one more episode. You'll put the phone down after one more scroll. You'll pay your tab and leave after one more drink. That was the last time you'll ever do that again, you say. And then, here you are again, because you're not in control. The device is, the stimulant is, the anger is, the habit is. Seneca, one of the founders of Stoicism, writing about the rich and the privileged of his time, pointed out that whether they believed it or not, they were all slaves. Some were slaves to money, others to mistresses, others to attention or applause. It's not dissimilar in today's world, where you might be a slave to swiping on some dating app or the buzz of your vape or the busyness of a full schedule. Some of these addictions or forms of servitude might be more socially acceptable than others, but they remain a violation of that key Stoic virtue: temperance, moderation, self-discipline, self-control. I'm quoting this now. Taste me, you will see. It sings. More is all you need. And more is all you want. And even though it has already caused you so much trouble, even though it's harmed you and others, including people that you care about, no, more is not what you need. What you need is to stop. What you need is to reassert control, to make it clear who is in charge. And that person better be you, not the puppet master, not the urges, not the device, not the intemperance, the lack of moderation. You need to stop. Second Stoic reading. The title of this is Give Yourself Space to pause. Think about the last time that someone made you upset. What did they say? What did they do? Now think back. How did you react? What did you say? What did you feel? Now think about the situation another way. If when the provocation came, you had given yourself space to pause. Could you have controlled your reaction? Could you have stayed sober and calm in the face of their hysterics and yelling? Could you have kept your head about yourself? Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Viktor Frankl, I love this, talked about how between stimulus and response, we have a space. And in that space, we determine not just our response, but who we are. What we are doing here is trying to train ourselves to do that. All this reading, this writing, this stepping back, this understanding philosophy and reflecting on our patterns of behavior, it's for a purpose. It's to improve that default response so that while others give themselves over to their emotions, we can keep our destructive emotions in check. As they freak out, we can calm down. That's the whole point of Stoicism, to restore the power over your mind to the only person who ought to have it, you. I'll spare you a third reading. It's 9:35, I'll close. As Stoics, we believe there are fundamentally 6 ethics of life, and they're very, very simple. Before you pray, believe. Before you speak, listen. Before you spend, earn. Before you write, think. Before you quit, try. And before you die, live. In conclusion, and I will repeat what I said 2 weeks ago, because it deserves being repeated. It's a reminder. Life is hard. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Communications is hard. Not communicating is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy. It will always be hard. But we can choose our hard. Pick wisely. What are the 2 keys to success as far as I'm concerned? Doing what you love with people that you love. I'm doing NovaTech because I love it. And I love the people I'm doing it with. That's huge. In fact, that probably is number 1. Finally, I know I sound like a Baptist preacher. In closing, finally, in conclusion, I know. But this is finally. I want you to remember this. The primary goal in life is not success. It's to become a person of real value. When you become a person of real value, you will not be able to get out of the way of success. Don't get it twisted. Value first. Success second. That's my story tonight, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow. There you have it. Thank you, Dr. Fraser. You know, I got 2 sheets here. Hey, look.
Did you remind people, Sam, did you remind people whoever brought you to this meeting tonight, that if you're interested in joining us in NovaTech, and we hope and pray that you are, and that you will do it, and you will share it, that you get in touch with them tomorrow or tonight, and we will get you onboarded. Okay, we had a very, very, very large crowd tonight, so thank you.
That was amazing, Dr. Fraser. I mean, absolutely. You could have gone on for another hour.
Right.
I'm just mesmerized.
You're
I'm telling you.
biased. You're biased. I love it. I
Well,
love
I
it. You're
am.
biased. You
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
right.
I
Absolutely.
receive your biasness.
Man, you really blessed us tonight. Thank you so much. Sherelle is going to bring up a slide so that we can all be on Thursday night for none other than our CEO, Reverend Cynthia Petian. And I tell you what, family, you want to be here for this. We only have 1,000 spaces, so please come on early. This is a call of gratitude. This is not a call for us to quiz Cynthia Petian. This is not a call for us to ask her questions. None of that is the case, as our illustrious presenter and leader, Aquarius, says, NovaTech is not on trial. So we're going to share with her our gratitude. She's doing a lot for us. You can imagine what she gets from the hundreds of thousands of people whose lives she's touching. So we just want to say, as Team Diamond, exclusively to Reverend Cynthia Petian, we just want to take a moment out and say thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. So we're going to do that on Thursday night. Be there a little early. And, you know, she may bless us with a little something else, but we don't know that. What we're there for is to tell her thank you. So without any further ado, Sherelle, can you also bring up the slide for, you know, our upcoming meetings? We've got some incredible meetings coming up, as we do every week for Team Diamond. And our very next presentation will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Wednesdays at 1, with none other than my oldest daughter and my sponsor in NovaTech, Sherelle D. Lowry. And she will be presenting NovaTech from a single parent's perspective. And I tell you what, it is extremely powerful. And then we have none other than the foremost neurologist in all of North America, Dr. Sean T. Hubbard, sharing from a medical perspective. And then on Thursday, well, y'all know what's happening on Thursday. We will have, once again, the Reverend Cynthia Petian, which we are so grateful for. Saturday will not be a presentation. Sunday will not be a training. We may have a presentation on Sunday night. We'll let you know about that. But we really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for coming out. Amazing and incredible presentation here this evening. Dr. Fraser, I'm telling you what, you just blessed us tremendously. Thank you so much, Sam, for that presentation. It was really, really wonderful. And we love you all. We thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and hear this very, very powerful information. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Wednesdays at 1. Y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. God bless your dreams. And more importantly, God bless your precious families.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Night, night.
Good night.